Can you believe one story could have saved over 1,500 lives, but it was ignored? This isn't just a story. It's a chilling prophecy that came true in the most tragic way imaginable. Let's rewind to 1898, to a man named William Thomas Stead. He was a famous British journalist, a real trailblazer of his time. He wrote a shocking short story titled From the Old World to the New. In it, he imagined a massive new ocean liner, the pride of the White Star Line, making its maiden voyage across the Atlantic. The fictional ship was described as a floating palace, celebrated for its luxury and supposed invincibility. But in Stead's story, disaster strikes. In the foggy, icy waters of the North Atlantic, this grand vessel collides with an iceberg. The horrifying part of his tale was the chaos that followed. The ship didn't have enough lifeboats for everyone on board. Panic erupted, and hundreds of passengers and crew were plunged into the freezing ocean, with no hope of survival. The story ends with a staggering loss of life, a direct result of this critical lack of preparation. Stead's story wasn't just a piece of fiction, it was a powerful warning. He was trying to sound the alarm about the dangers of overconfidence in new technology and the fatal flaw in maritime safety regulations. At the time, not having enough lifeboats, his story was published, read by many, but the people who truly mattered, the shipping companies, they just brushed it off. They saw it as sensationalism, not a serious concern. They were so sure their new ships were unsinkable, that they didn't feel the need to equip them with enough lifeboats for every single soul on board. It was a fatal miscalculation. 14 years later, in the dead of night on April 14, 1912, Stead's fiction became a horrifying reality. The RMS Titanic, a real-life marvel of engineering and the largest ship afloat, struck an iceberg in the North Atlantic during its maiden voyage. Just like in Stead's story, the ship was hailed as unsinkable, and just like in his story, it did not have enough lifeboats for all its passengers and crew. Over 1,500 people lost their lives in the freezing water. The parallels between Stead's story and the Titanic disaster are absolutely bone-chilling. And here is the most tragic twist of all. William Thomas Stead was a passenger on the Titanic. He went down with the ship, becoming a victim of the very disaster he had predicted over a decade earlier. His story serves as a haunting reminder of what happens when we ignore the warnings history tries to give us. It teaches us that foresight and preparation are not just good ideas, they can be the difference between life and death. What other warnings from the past are we ignoring today? Think about it. Thanks for watching, and if you found this story as fascinating as I did, make sure to subscribe for more lessons from history.